Hello, my name is Rizal Idris, and today I will going to answer some of the question in the IELTS speaking exam. Okay, let's begin. Okay, the first question is what type of neighborhood do I live in? Well, I live in a suburban neighborhood. There's really nothing to it. Yeah, that's it. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is what does my neighborhood look like? Well, I gotta say it looks like a normal neighborhood to me. There's really nothing special to it. Yeah, let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is do I have a favorite place in my neighborhood? Well, I gotta say, I don't really have any favorite place in my neighborhood. The only favorite place in my neighborhood is my house. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is if I could, would I live in a what? Would I live in somewhere else? Well, my answer is yes. I would totally live in somewhere else. I would like to explore somewhere new, live in some places like I never been to before. Yeah, I really like to explore new stuff and live in a new area. That is totally my goal in the future. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is in my country, is board game really popular? Well, I don't really play board game myself. I'm not really interested to board games, but I gotta say, people really like playing board games. It's kind of popular. People usually play it in cafe or when they hang out. I gotta say, it's kind of popular. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, next question is, what kind of games do I play? Well, I play only video games. That's the only game I like. Uh, there's really nothing else. I only like video games. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is how do games start in my country? Well, I don't really know what it means by taught, but if what about learning the game, I gotta say people all usually learn it for themselves. They usually ask their friend how the game works, or they usually learn it themselves. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is do I think games are beneficial? Well, yeah, I think games are beneficial. Certain games are definitely beneficial, like board games or memory games. I think that's a game that is truly beneficial to yeah, kids or people who want to play it. If for myself, I usually play FPS game. That's a first-person shooter. If you don't know what it is, uh, it's usually train your fast respawn. Yeah, so I gotta say, yeah, it's beneficial to what I think it's very beneficial. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is, uh, do I like to travel? Yeah, I certainly do. I like to travel. Like I said before, I like to travel, go to new places, go to somewhere I never seen before. Yeah, I would love to travel. Okay, next question. Well, the next question is, have I traveled anywhere? Yeah, I've been to Makassar. That's like uh, really far away. I don't really know how to say it, but yeah, I've been traveling, and the only places I travel is Makassar because uh, I have a lot of family there. That's usually the first thing I want to go when I want to travel. It's to places where there's a lot of relatives that I really want to meet and talk. Okay, next question. Well, Next question is, do I like to travel with friends or family? Well, like I said before, with family, because the only places I go to in Makassar is to visit family and friends, and the only logical thing to take there is my family. I like to go with my family. Uh, I like to go to new places with my family. I like to bring them as well. I think that's okay. I think that's really gonna help the relationship between families. And yeah, that's my answer. Now, okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, next question is, uh, where do mostly we sorry where do I want mostly to travel to? Well, somewhere out of the country. That that's it. I have I really want to go out. I really want to explore. Like out of the country is fine. Like uh, Europe or America, I like to go there. Maybe someday. I don't know. I'm hoping. Uh, that's it. That's all my question. That's all I can answer for this question. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is, describe a restaurant near my home. Well, there is a nice restaurant in my near my neighborhood. It's a really good restaurant. Okay, the question that it asked me is, why what type of food do they serve? Well, they serve all kind of seafood. That's mostly they serve there because it's a seafood restaurant. Uh, what does the restaurant look like? Well, it looks like a normal seafood restaurant. It's a pretty open place. There's a lot of people there because it's very popular. And yeah, that's it. They have a grill outside where they usually cook the fish. The smoke usually get inside, but hey, I say it's a win-win. Okay, the next is, why do you eat there? Well, why do I eat there? Because the food is good. There's really nothing else I can give the answer to other than they really serve good food. Okay, the next question. Let's move on to the next question. I got distracted. Okay, the next question is, in my country, do people usually eat healthy or unhealthy food? Well, people usually eat healthy food, if I gotta say, but I don't know if rice is count as a healthy food because people usually eat them a lot here. And I don't think rice is a healthy food for anybody, but mostly, yeah, people usually eat very healthy food. Okay, next question. Okay, the next question is, are the special cultural dishes in my country healthy or unhealthy? Well, if there's some healthy and there's some unhealthy one. There's mostly the food are healthy, I gotta say, because there's a lot of fruit in it, but some are unhealthy because there's a lot of coconut oil involved in making the food. A lot of coconut oil. That's it. That's all the question I can give for this. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is, why do people prefer to eat unhealthy rather than healthy foods? Well, because unhealthy food are addicting. They are they are popular for some reason because it's very addicting and people do enjoy them a lot more rather than healthy foods. And plus, it's easier to get unhealthy food. It's pretty easy. You just go to a near supermarket or a near fast food restaurant and you already got an unhealthy food. Yeah, it's pretty easy. That's the reason why people do eat unhealthy food more and like more about it. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, next question is what is more effective for changing dietary habits? Well, I gotta say it's a little bit of both public pressure or financial pressure because you need both so people can change about their dietary diets. Uh, if you go with one thing, it's not gonna be good. So both are fine to me, and I will support if people do support both. I will support that. Okay, next question. Okay, the next question. Why is it more expensive to buy healthy food rather than unhealthy foods? Well, because like I said before, unhealthy food are easier to get, and mostly unhealthy food lasts longer than healthy foods. Because healthy food is mostly made up by fruits and vegetable and all kind of meat, and they don't usually last long. Other in unhealthy food, in the other hand, uh, they last longer because it's a processed food. It's it's lasts longer. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, it looks like that's all of the question I can answer for today. Thank you for listening and have a good day.